And that's just genetically, she's born like that.
Not necessarily. She might have a problem that is very common. PCOS.
What does that mean?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome. You will see a lot of athletes with this. They will have higher progesterone and low estrogen with higher testosterone. So when they have that, most women will look for ways to get rid of that testosterone because they don't need it. They want their female features. And she used it at her advantage.
Welcome back to Combat Corner. Today we're diving into a breaking story that has sent shockwaves through the world of sports. Algerian boxer Imane Khelif, who recently made headlines by winning gold at the Paris Olympics, is now at the center of a new controversy. Reports are swirling that Khelif has just been suspended from the Olympics, but the details remain murky, leaving fans and experts alike scrambling to understand what's really going on. In this video, we'll unpack the speculation surrounding Khelif's situation, what we know so far, and the potential implications for her career and the broader world of sports. Imane Khelif's name has been on everyone's lips ever since her performance in Paris, where she claimed gold in the women's welterweight division. Her victory was not just a triumph in the ring, but also a defiant response to the gender claims and intense scrutiny she faced throughout the competition. However, just as the dust was beginning to settle, new reports have emerged suggesting that Khelif has been suspended from the Olympics. The news has left many questions unanswered, particularly regarding the validity and reasoning behind the alleged suspension. The initial reports of Khelif's suspension have been met with a mixture of shock, confusion, and skepticism. While some outlets have treated the news as confirmed, others have been more cautious, noting that the information is still unverified and that there are conflicting accounts of what exactly has happened. The situation is further complicated by the fact that neither the International Olympic Committee, IOC, nor any other official body has issued a clear statement on the matter, leaving the public to speculate about the true nature of Khelif's current status. One of the key points of contention in this developing story is the reason behind Khelif's reported suspension. Some sources suggest that the suspension may be related to the ongoing controversy over her gender, which has been a focal point of media attention since her disqualification from the 2023 World Championships. However, others argue that the suspension, if true, could be linked to entirely different issues, such as a potential violation of Olympic regulations, or even internal disputes within the governing bodies of boxing. Adding to the confusion is the fact that Khelif had previously passed all of the IOC's gender eligibility tests, which were supposed to clear her for competition. The IOC's decision to allow Khelif to compete in Paris was seen as a definitive statement on her eligibility, but the new reports of her suspension have reignited doubts and speculation. Critics of the IOC's testing procedures have pointed to this latest development as evidence that the issue of gender eligibility in sports is far from settled, with many questioning the reliability and transparency of the tests. The speculation surrounding Khelif's suspension has also been fueled by the lack of concrete information from official sources. With no clear statements from the IOC or the International Boxing Association, or IBA, rumors and conspiracy theories have filled the void, leading to widespread confusion and misinformation. Some commentators have even suggested that the reports of Khelif's suspension could be part of a broader disinformation campaign aimed at discrediting her achievements and undermining the legitimacy of women's sports. Despite the uncertainty, one thing is clear. The situation involving Imane Khelif is incredibly complex and deeply intertwined with broader debates about gender identity, fairness in sports, and the role of governing bodies in regulating competition. The reported suspension has brought these issues back into the spotlight, raising difficult questions about how to balance the rights of athletes with the need to ensure a level playing field. For Khelif herself, the reported suspension represents yet another hurdle in what has already been an extraordinarily challenging journey. Her path to Olympic gold was marked by adversity, from the disqualification at the World Championships to the relentless scrutiny and online abuse she faced in Paris. Now, with the specter of suspension looming over her, Khelif finds herself once again at the center of a media firestorm, with her future in the sport hanging in the balance. The timing of the reports is particularly significant, coming so soon after Khelif's triumph at the Olympics. Her victory was supposed to be a moment of celebration, a culmination of years of hard work and dedication. Instead, it has been overshadowed by this latest controversy, casting a pall over what should have been the high point of her career. The abrupt shift from triumph to turmoil has left many of Khelif's supporters feeling frustrated and disheartened as they grapple with the possibility that her Olympic dreams could be cut short. Khelif's situation is a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the world of sports. Just weeks ago, she was on top of the world, celebrated as a national hero in Algeria, and hailed as one of the best boxers of her generation. Now she faces an uncertain future, with her reputation and career potentially on the line. The reported suspension has raised difficult questions not only for Khelif, but for the entire sporting community as it grapples with the complex and often contentious issue of gender eligibility. The broader implications of Khelif's reported suspension are also worth considering. If the suspension is confirmed, it could have far-reaching consequences for the future of boxing and women's sports more generally. It could prompt a re-evaluation of the current guidelines for gender eligibility, leading to new regulations or even a complete overhaul of the existing system. Alternatively, it could reinforce the status quo, with governing bodies doubling down on their existing procedures in the face of criticism. In the meantime, Khelif supporters are left waiting for answers. Many have taken to social media to express their disbelief and frustration, calling on the IOC and other relevant bodies to provide clarity on the situation. For Khelif herself, the uncertainty must be excruciating, as she waits to learn whether she will be able to continue her career or if her Olympic journey has come to an abrupt and unexpected end. As we wait for more information to emerge, it's important to remember that the situation is still developing, and much of what has been reported remains unconfirmed. Until there is an official statement from the relevant authorities, it is impossible to know for certain what is happening with Imane Khelif. However, what is clear is that the story is far from over, and the coming days and weeks will likely bring new developments that could significantly impact Khelif's future and the broader conversation about gender in sports. The reports of Imane Khelif's suspension from the Olympics have sparked a firestorm of speculation and uncertainty. While it remains unclear whether these reports are accurate, the situation has brought to light the complexities of gender eligibility in sports and the challenges faced by athletes like Khelif, who find themselves at the center of such controversies. As we continue to follow this story, it's important to approach the information with caution and critical thinking, recognizing that the truth may be more complex than it initially appears. Thank you for tuning into Combat Corner. What do you think about the reports of Imane Khelif's suspension? Do you believe the suspension is real, or do you think it's just a rumor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all the latest updates on this developing story and more from the world of combat sports.